Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. S here from s&a'sorgnitecreations. Now, I've got a little demonstration here for you, okay? So, it's mainly about these here. Now, these here are a combination, well, two of them are pendants. You can see the hole there, right? I've just got to attach the necklace cord, and this one here is also a pendant right there. You see the hole? But this one here is one of our phone shields, okay, that go on the back of your phone. It's got a little sticky thing there. You rip that off and then stick it on your phone. I have one attached to this phone right now. All right. Now, how they work, I've done videos on this, how they work. The gist of it, I've made 2 videos recently, a few weeks ago, but this here is more so you can see it in action. Now, the previous videos I literally just uploaded, the last 2, you get to see this here, okay? So this here is just a induction coupling coil, or you can call it magnetic induction. That's how that works. These here also work the same. Now I'm going to demonstrate that here. Now this here is on. This is a powered coil, and the tri-field meter is maxed out with the range that it's putting out the field, okay? Now, you can see when I do this, the power is jumping on to this here, and it's powering the LED, right? You see that jumping on there? That's why it's a induction. This is the same principle of how your wireless chargers work, okay? So you've got a coil, and the energy transfer, okay? So it's an induction coupling's going on, okay? So now, these here are also, so what's going on? That's picking up the electromagnetic energy, right? And it's transferring it into power, okay? There's no batteries or anything on here. This is very simple, okay? You get to see that energy coming onto there, powering the light, yes? Now, with these here, or try this one here, for instance, you get to see that drop as well, right? So that reduction there, what's happening is the energy is jumping onto this coil, okay? So how we've got them set up and configured and how they're finished off and stuff is making this coil work. Now, what's happening is, yes, there's no LED. If there was an LED, I'd be able to power the LED too. But that's not how, we don't need an LED in these here. This is a phone shield, and these here are pendants, like I was saying, right? So you see how that there drops? So the energy is jumping onto this coil, powering it, okay? So the energy is circling around all these wires, all these winding. It's concentrated at the center. I know this from testing. At the center of these coils is the most electromagnetic energy, EMFs, well, it's PEMF, right? PEMF, so pulse electromagnetic field. Different from the negative EMFs from your phone, for instance, but all EMFs are going to jump onto here, okay? Now that's circulating around all these wires, all these windings. In the center there, you've got an quartz there in all of them. You can see that. Quartz here too. Now that there is a transducer, okay? It can take one form of energy and put it into another. So if the bad stuff is coming onto that from your Wi-Fi, your phone, for instance, it's jumping onto this coil. Basically, the transducer quartz crystal, the piezoelectric as well, it's changing that energy field. It's not blocking it or anything. You can't block the EMFs unless you've got a Faraday cage from your cell phone, your Wi-Fi. Faraday cage will block. Okay, this is not about blocking. Orgonite's not about blocking. People that do those tests, that it's their hand. It's just, don't get fooled from EMF meters and Orgonite blocking the radiation coming off of it. That's not how they work. Don't get fooled by that. Okay. What I'm showing you here is the energy transfer onto these coils, the same as this is happening. The Orgonite matrix is also doing a scrubbing cleaning action. Our Orgonite matrix is loaded with other piezoelectric crystals and our chakra blend crystals that are all acting as their own little tiny scalar energy fields. Basically, when they're under pressure with the resin that we use, a higher string rate resin for these here, that is amplified. Their characteristics, their abilities of the crystals amplify, okay? So there's more of that cleaning action. It's more transducer, being able to change that energy into another energy form, rendering it less harmful, okay? It's called quantum coherence, okay? So this is just how the energy will transfer, okay? So once again, you can see how the energy is transferring over with these coils that we make, okay? Because what's happening is it's jumping on here, making the field from this weaker because it's it's jumping onto here, making it go down. Yes, the energy jumps onto here, making it go down. Okay, when it goes away, the light's not on. As it goes on, it's powering it. Okay, so powered. Now these here, your heartbeat on a more subtle level, your heartbeat is pulsing an electromagnetic field. Your heartbeat, douche, 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 yeah, it's pulsing. It's also jumping onto here. So your heart in your body is literally a power source powering these. On a very low subtle level, but it is. Not only that, we're surrounded with the negative EMFs from your Wi-Fi, your cell phone towers, just the electronics in your home, the wiring in the home, buildings, office buildings, the list goes on about all the stuff, right? When it jumps onto here, it's sorting that out and throwing out an additional field, right? Quantum coherence. It's not blocking or anything like that, but it does jump on, and that's how these here are essentially powered, okay? You see that, right? Flip it over, it doesn't matter which way. MWA on the back, additional, if you can see, chakra crystals around there in their larger forms. I pick them out specifically in their larger forms to put them on the back of these. And it's a mixture of larger and fine dust all through the Orgonite matrix, okay? Yeah, I hope this is making sense. I don't fully, like how I'm explaining, I don't know if it's fully making sense, but that's how these here are working and being powered. You are the power source through your heartbeat. Not only that, the environment we're in is also powering these, okay? So there's that on a subtle level, but on a more ramped up level, you get to fully see the results, yeah? Like on how you can see how it's powering the coil passively. It's doing it by itself with the given energies in the environment and what it's exposed to and your heartbeat, okay? So wearing this, you've got the coil doing its thing in its geometry. Proper Rodin coils. There's also added Vortex Coil on this. All these Rodin coils are exactly the same. These ones here have a Vortex Coil around the outside, which is a different coil, and this does not have it, okay? So double Rodin coil, you've got a clockwise and counterclockwise rotation, you can see that. These two here, this one and this one's just got our Vortex Coil, which is a completely different coil and it works differently. Okay, are they effective? Yes. Are they as effective as a Rodin coil? I'd say a Rodin coil has the edge with how they work and the concentration at the center where we locate the quartz. And that's a transducer, but not only that, we have our quartz smashed up into powders and dust and smaller pieces acting as their own. Powders is best, acting as their own little energy converters, transducers, okay, and putting out a scalar field. Organite itself will put out a scalar field. The way we're doing it is utilizing the casimir effect. There's Ormus in there. There's real 24 karat gold in there. There's different metals. There's multiple different metals. There's different types of paramagnetics, and the list goes on. There is dielectrics in there, and yeah. Throughout the years, all I've been trying to do is make the best possible Orgonite matrix and testing it with the lemon tests and stuff like that, seeing it go moldy with that on the control or with normal Orgonite more. Those videos are in the description as well. You can go ahead and check them out. Check out the description. There's a couple of, I don't know, 4 or 5 maybe different videos of testing and plant growth experiments with Orgonite pieces. And yeah, so that's a little bit of something else about how these are working. I mean, I hope this is very clear. I wanted it to be straightforward. It's gone on longer than what I wanted it to, but very interesting nonetheless. I think you get to see them how they work, how they can be powered. Okay, they're doing it by themselves. You don't have to do anything. Wear the pendants. Same deal with our smaller ones and your phone shields. Okay, that is it, guys. Hope that made sense, and I will see you next time.